Hey, business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 125,000 bonus miles for a limited time through October 29th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends October 29th, 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
This is Optimal Work Daily. Stop making excuses. Make choices instead. By Stephen Warley of lifeskillsthatmatter.com. Isn't it time to stop making excuses about why you aren't working for yourself? How long have you been thinking about working for yourself? Months? Years? Longer than you care to remember? Ever wonder why you haven't done it by now? I have a theory. It's because of your excuse monster. Beware of your excuse monster. What on earth am I talking about? We all have one, even you. It's that often judgy yet sometimes scared voice in your head. It's always telling you stories about why you can't do something, or suggests fun distractions to get you to procrastinate. It's very convincing. It says stuff like, who do you think you are to start a business? Is your boss really that toxic, or are you just being too sensitive? Have an extra glass of wine, you deserve it. You can do it tomorrow. Why not watch one more episode? Your night is already shot. It's not perfect enough. Don't share it just yet. Do you hear what he did now? Why aren't you outraged? You really should be outraged. Finding the answer to that is too hard, so why bother? I wonder what your ex is up to now. Go check Instagram. You're too busy with your job and the kids. You don't have time to think about starting a business. We're in the middle of a pandemic, for heaven's sake, and you want to start a business? Your mom and dad don't get why you want to do this, so don't disappoint them. You just got an invitation to a pity party. Let's go. What does your excuse monster tell you? Why we make excuses. Making excuses has been such a natural rhythm in all of our lives. It's like breaking an addiction. We do it way more than we care to admit. We make excuses to protect ourselves from our fears. We make excuses to avoid exploring the boundaries of our comfort zone. We make excuses to justify when we don't commit to what we said we were going to do. We make excuses to avoid learning more about ourselves that might make us feel uncomfortable. And we make excuses so we don't have to test our assumptions. I'm guilty too. I've made oceans of excuses throughout every single aspect of my life. Ugh, don't even get me started. I even made excuses for 5 years about why I couldn't work for myself even though I was already doing it. Ever think about why you make excuses? What do you make excuses about? Isn't making excuses exhausting? What excuses are you making right now that are preventing you from living the life you really want to live? You know what making excuses did for me? It wasted my energy, it fed my fears, it denied me valuable and life-changing lessons, it prevented me from listening to my true self, and it made me avoid tough choices that needed to be made. How are making excuses hurting you? Stop making excuses. Make choices instead. You know what I do now instead of making excuses? I make choices in alignment with my values, needs, and abilities. Making choices enables me to live life intentionally. Making excuses keeps me stuck doing what others expect of me, or allowing my fears to rule over me. My brain still tempts me to make excuses, but I now use those potential excuses as a self-awareness exercise to help me learn about myself. Excuses are now my teachers. They make me realize I have a tough choice I don't want to make. They make me realize I'm not being honest or realistic with myself. They make me realize I need to slow down and to gather more information so I can make an informed choice instead of avoiding an uncomfortable decision in the guise of an excuse. No excuse shame spiral. When we make excuses, we've been taught to feel ashamed. That's not right. We already feel unworthy. The burden of making another excuse puts us into a shame spiral. Naming the part of your brain that makes excuses stops that shame spiral. When you recognize your excuse monster, you're giving yourself a choice. Previously, maybe you didn't believe you had a choice. The next time your excuse monster rears its ugly head, stop and identify your choices and the consequences of those choices. Choice A. Give in to the excuse about why you can't or don't want to do the thing you say you want. Stay stuck. Choice B. Take action on the thing you say you want, even if it might scare you, to see what happens as a result of doing it. Move forward. When you take on your excuse monster, you give yourself the opportunity to explore, learn, and grow. When you give in to your excuse monster, you hide, abandon an opportunity to learn, and stay stuck. Unfortunately, you can no longer deny the existence of your excuse monster. Stop giving it your limited and valuable attention and energy. Choose to give that attention and energy to creating work that works for you instead. Rule yourself. Don't be ruled by your excuse monster. Call out your excuse monster. One of the very first challenges we ask our new accelerator members to try throughout their 30-day journey with us is not to make any excuses. None. Zero. Absolutely no excuses. Why? Because nothing will stunt your growth like making excuses. They deny you the opportunity to explore to figure out what you really want. Exercise number 1. Recognize when you make excuses. Over the next week, try bringing awareness to each and every time you feel like you're making an excuse. Don't beat yourself up for making excuses. Just start being aware of what triggers you to make them. Then try making a choice on your terms instead of making an excuse. More often than not, it's a liberating feeling. Exercise number 2. Call it your excuse monster. Let me introduce you to your excuse monster. Ready? Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Ask yourself this question. How badly do I really want to work for myself? Then ask, what on earth is preventing me from doing it? Those 2 questions should be enough to poke your excuse monster out from hiding. Start making a list of all the reasons why you aren't working for yourself right now and the common excuses you've made preventing you from figuring it out. That's your excuse monster's voice. Do you face obstacles preventing you from working for yourself? Sure, but are you making excuses preventing you from taking on those obstacles? And exercise number 3, take action instead of making an excuse. Over the next week, take 2 actions you've been afraid to take in terms of starting your business. Basically, I'm asking you to taunt your excuse monster so you're forced to face it. When you take action, I want you to show yourself that you can take on your excuse monster and slay it. Beware of how often your excuse monster pops up over the next week. Stop giving your power away to excuses. You just listened to the post titled, Stop Making Excuses, Make Choices Instead, by Stephen Warley of lifeskillsthatmatter.com.
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
And thank you to Stephen for giving us permission to narrate from his blog. You can come visit his site, which I have linked in this episode's description and at oldpodcast.com. He started Life Skills That Matter in 2016 to show you how work is changing as you know it and how you can change work to your advantage. Stephen's been working for himself since he got laid off on Election Day in 2000. He's obsessed with researching and experimenting with alternative ways of working, and he now makes enough to live the life he wants without losing his mind from overworking. He's also got a podcast where he has interviewed over 500 people who have made the transformation to self-employment. It's called Life Skills That Matter Podcast, and you can also find that on his site, lifeskillsthatmatter.com. And that's going to do it for today. I thank you as always for being here and listening all the way through, and for clicking follow or subscribe in the podcast app of your choice if you haven't done it already. And I will be right back here with you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.